If there's one unanimous description for pickleball, it's fun. However, there's an elephant in the room of every recreational court around the country. Deep down, people do know that if they really want to improve, they would take lessons to detect and correct errors, then drill to solidify the change before taking to the game court. Players certainly get better by just playing the game. However, to accelerate the process, it takes purposeful practice. It's for that reason I've developed a fun game of Guess Who's Pickleball to help people easily learn which areas they need to focus on. Here's what you'll need. At least 4 players, paddles, pen and paper, or you can use your phone to keep score. An optional deck of cards. To begin with, all players draw a card from an abbreviated deck with these colourful new pickleball characters written on them. Alternatively, you can just write them on a piece of paper and draw from a hat. Once each player has randomly selected their character, it's important that everyone is aware of all the possibilities. Without further ado, I introduce you to Lieutenant Lowrider. This player never has to get low because they're always low. Captain Fast Feet. He's excitable, energetic, and burns more calories than a mongoose on amphetamines. Major Middle Ready. They've seen a few paddle clashes in their time, but this player has never been passed through the middle. Private Paddle Up. You'll never see this player at the kitchen with their paddle around their knees. Stay alert, stay alive, soldier. Admiral Bounce Attack. Not one to waste time, this player takes risks up at the kitchen and isn't just going to sit back and wait for high volleys. Mr. or Mrs. Misdirect. Sneakiness runs in their blood and they relish the art of disguise. Ambassador Volley Dinker. An ambitious player who's always looking to lean in and steal some time with a well-placed volley. Defense Master General. Otherwise known as the brick wall. Nothing gets by. Nothing gets attacked, but nothing gets by. Each player's job is twofold. Firstly, to portray their character throughout the game well enough so that each of the players can accurately guess who they are. Secondly, to guess who each of the other players are. The important thing here is getting outside your comfort zone and trying something that might seem very new to you. If you've never been an avid knee bender, but you draw the Lowrider card, then I can assure you, you're going to love your time in the Lieutenant's shoes. If you've never attempted to use your volleys to dink, then the Ambassador is the player to be. Before the game begins, each player must write down on a piece of paper or their phone their name and their character. After the game has finished, each player must write down their guesses for each of the other players. One by one, players ask the group which character they guessed. You'll get 3 points for every player who guesses your character. You'll also get 1 point for every other player that you manage to accurately guess. Keep a running total as you redraw cards and repeat the game. Throughout the game, players cannot verbally indicate who their character is. If you have a coach or there's a spare player that knows the group well, then have them select cards for each player based on what they feel each player needs to work on. Let's see how well you can guess who our volunteers have drawn. See if you can match up one of these names on the screen to each player. Good luck! If you guessed Major Middle Ready, Lieutenant Lowrider, Mr. Misdirect, and Defense Master General, then congratulations. This game is fun, but it's also very educational. All we're really doing here is moving the goalposts. By changing your objective from simply winning a game of pickleball to successfully acting like a different player, it becomes much easier to experience what is perhaps a very necessary addition to your game, without the stress of a scoreline at stake. Have fun, and let me know how it goes.